some of that Cholula green, man.
Welcome to BookIt, a wrestling podcast for the fans, by the fans, where we book, rebook, and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Lil X Fudge, and today we are here with your GMs. First, Damone D Buddy,
Mellow,
the bad guy Kenny.
Oh yeah,
Do it again.
oh yeah.
Oh, that was a nice one. And then
I
we
like
got
that.
the return of Hi-Fi Mike. I think this is the third return.
Party on, Garth.
And then the fourth return of Primetime Travie T. W. Alex Shelley's shirt.
That's right.
It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Alex Shelley shirt.
Alex Shelley shirt.
And then we got M. Joe F.
the show about to be off the hook.
And tonight,
I hated that.
I'm
Don't
glad
ever
I'm
do
not
that
the
again.
only one that didn't like that.
Boo this
Cut it
man!
out.
I feel, Mike, you should have got the reference
I'm throwing tomatoes.
Honestly, right now, I won't get any reference.
from Grind with Tom Green when he's like, it was
Oh.
off the hook.
well,
I don't
anyways,
retain that movie anytime I watch it.
Anything Tom Green should not be
Damn it.
talked about.
Tom Green, he's a gentleman these days. He has a farm.
He sucks.
Tom Green.
He's a comedian. He's actually a really
Freddie
good
got
dude.
fingered
I don't know
and-
what you're talking about.
Comedian is a stretch, but
Yeah, I was gonna say.
My bum is on your lips. My bum is on your lips. I
Oh,
like
that
it. I'm here
fucker.
for it. Tom Green is great.
Oh, is that what that is? The only reason I know what that is from the Eminem song. Like,
Yeah.
I that's before my time apparently.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like
the
some
backwards
sausage?
man, the
Now I
backwards man,
kinda wanna
I
go
walk back
watch that
fast. You
movie.
can.
That part is terrible.
John, you ready to get
The
this
whole
show
movie's terrible. I
and
love it.
move these senior citizens along?
yes. So tonight is the continuation of Book It Verse 5. We took a little bit of a break last week, and we are in the middle point of Kenny's indie show, DEF CON 1. So if you missed our episode 2 weeks ago, go back, check out part 1 of DEF CON 1 so that you're not turning on the pay-per-view midway through. If you've never seen a Book It Verse before, you can start a few weeks back with this one, or you can go back a long time in time and check out the previous 4 seasons of Book It Verse. Can you believe it? We've done 5 seasons, and this one's just getting started. So, Bad Guy Kenny, we are currently partially through rating your
Halfway
show,
through.
and you're currently averaging $3.19. Though
Yes.
tonight we are missing one of our benefactors, one of our GMs. We are missing Sean the Don, so his dollars will be added on the back end.
Hey,
But-
back in dollars is crazy.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
no
we're
benefactors?
moving the curtain. We're doing a work shoot here, brother. But you will have at least most of your show's ratings tonight. So, Bad Guy, continue us on with DEF CON 1.
Yep, this is DEF CON 1, the hottest indie brand out there. And like I said, we got 1,000 people in attendance. Remember, we have 1,000 people in attendance doing big numbers for this brand right now. We're at Florida Southern College a baseball field. And like I said, this is part 2 of the same night. So, Damone, make sure to have that screen up for me. I don't know if I...
Oh, it's me, but I don't have any of that.
Oh,
You
snap.
going?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that screen's gone.
Damn it.
I don't have it.
Wasted
and
the good
I can't
surprise
run
on
a second
you.
screen.
All right.
Why don't you sign out and let Damone run this shit?
I can't do any signing.
Got him.
Why can't you?
This is
I
my
can
account.
set it up.
Okay, cool. I just want. I like having my presentation. I try my
Do
little
your
visuals.
first-
You see what's
do
going
your
on.
Yeah, Diva. How's the indie show got the highest production of all of us? This is fucking crazy. The indie
Because you
show
know every
don't
book
even
at first I
have
try
a
to do. I
fucking,
try to
like-
add something. I try
They don't
to
even
add
have a
something
screen in
Hey,
their menu, but they got one on the
Your
fucking
wrestling
podcast.
company has electric?
Hey, we go from town to town, man. We just try to do our thing.
Y'all got like a bead curtain in a high school gym. Like
And we do have a little curtain that we go through. I do say that when they do the entrances, they come out the curtain. So while he's getting that up, so we see a flashback of Emily J and Abilene Maverick in a very close matchup at the pay-per-view No Emotions. We get the highlights as the stunner Emily J. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Just scroll down. Okay. We get the highlights as the stunner Emily J signs the camera with a Sharpie before she gets in the ring, and Abilene gets hyped as she like high fives everyone in the crowd. We see them kicking out each other's finishers. Like this is a very back and forth match. This match is like crazy. And Emily hits a roll up. She pins for the 1, 2, 3. Crowd is in shock. Emily J trolls Abilene for weeks after this, telling her she can't beat her. The next pay per view, Abilene gets her back. And the next highlight, as we see Abilene beats Emily at the pay per view Gold Rush, as she hits a schoolboy on her to get a dirty finish right back on her. These two go back and forth for about 6 pay-per-views straight, going back and forth, each one getting the win. And with Abilene getting the latest win, she's feeling herself. In an interview, she says, "I'm just elated after that big win. We're tied up. She's my nemesis, my greatest rival. I feel like we have each other's number. The momentum is back on my side. She might be a little narcissistic, a little full of herself. She likes to run her mouth, but I do respect her at the end of the day." Emily comes in and says, "We aren't tied. I am better than you. I'm better you in life. I'm better looking, better in ring, better everything. I'm the star. I'm the stunner for a reason. Big deal you beat me. You beat me is the only reason you even talked about. Let's be real. You mean nothing to me. You're here because of me. I'm the headline." And Abilene leans in close and says, "Now that I beat you again, it doesn't feel so good, does it? Since you're the stunner, since you're this big star, let's do that with this movie we're going to make of our own. Spoiler alert, I'm winning match 7." She leaves as Emily stands there salty. The next week, we hear whether it's Emily's arrogance or that fighting spirit of Abilene, the stakes are high between these two. They plan on ending it at DEF CON 1. Before the interview, Ariana Grace can finish. Before she can finish, Emily says, "Shut up. She's the talk of the town right now because she beat me. I made her career, and I plan on winning Game 7. She's cooked. Then the women's title is next." And she pulls out her Sharpie and signs the camera. Later that night, Emily J comes in from the crowd as the crowd boos. This is during Maverick's match against Kenzie Page. She has a lead pipe that hits Maverick in the back of the head, opening the cut up in the back of her head. And Maverick favors the back of her head as they turn around to a Kenzie cutter. Maverick is pinned for the 1, 2, 3. The ref checks to see if they're all right. Maverick feels the back of her head, and there's blood. So we can get Damone back in here. So Maverick feels the back of her head, and there's blood. Jay walks backwards up the ramp, smiling at what she's done, and she's being checked out by medics. Emily pushes the medic out of the way and pulls a pen out of her jacket. She dabs on the back of her head as the crowd boos. She signs her name in blood on her cheek as the crowd boos. This isn't about bragging rights. This isn't about pride. This is about who is the best, who is undisputed, the greatest between us two. We end this series on Sunday. We need to find out who the better competitor is because I can't rest unless it's confirmed. And the next week, Abilene jumps Emily J from behind, from the crowd, pretending to be a fan during her match with Chanel Carter, which is Last Legend, but she's called Chanel Carter here. Other female wrestlers break them up. Paul Heyman comes out and says, if we look at the scoreboard, it's 3 against 3. We have to get the Game 7. Who can outlast the other? Who can outfight the other? Blood, sweat, and tears mean nothing without the victory. This may not be for a title, but this will end the score between two top-tier talents. Only one will get their hand raised. These two will go the distance in a 30-minute Iron Woman match. Whoever scores more pinfalls or submissions by the end of that time period will prove without a doubt who is better than the other. So now it's the night of, and Emily J comes out in like a sparkly red top with red trunks with like white accents as she comes down very cocky in her black Letterman jacket that says the stunner Emily J in white on the back. She pulls out her blue Sharpie and signs her name on the camera, then seals it with a kiss as she shoves it away. Abilene Maverick comes out the cheers in a powder blue top and powder blue bottoms with the white star logo on the top and white stripes on the side of the trunks. So the match starts, and we get a collar and elbow tie-up that ends in an Irish whip from Maverick, but gets hit with a shoulder block and stands over her body and poses. Maverick throws Emily into the corner, and Emily hits a spear in the corner, then rolls forward. And when she turns around, she's met with a lariat from Maverick that turns her inside out. Maverick goes for a clothesline, but Emily ducks it and comes back with a running crossbody. Maverick is calling her into the ring, and Emily sees Emily doesn't want to see have a straight up fight with her, so she's like, I don't need this, I'm leaving. So she walks off, and the crowd's booing as she waves the crowd off and walks up the ramp. The crowd cheers as Maverick sprints at her. She attacks her from behind, elbowing her over and over again and slamming her against the barricade. Emily does a schoolboy with her legs on the ropes. At one point, as she pins 1, 2, 3, Emily now has a point. Emily goes for a running flying knee, but Maverick slaps it away and hits a stiff lariat. Emily does a diving Hurricane Rana off the barricade at one point. Then Maverick hits a tiger suplex on the apron. Maverick hits a diving crossbody to Emily ringside. And then Emily hits a avalanche neck breaker. And then Maverick hits a buckle bomb, then runs and does a running bicycle knee. And she covers her 1, 2, 3. Maverick now has a point, and the score is now 1-1. Emily hits a blue thunder bomb, but Maverick kicks out at 2. Emily goes for the vertebreaker. She goes for the pin, but Maverick kicks out with nothing left. Maverick does a leapfrog, where she leapfrogs over her and does an elbow drop to Emily that has her overselling, landing neck first onto the ground. And then Emily tries to go for the roll up again, but Maverick grabs the rope as the crowd is cheering loud. Maverick hits a crossface, and then at the time this happens, the time runs out. And Heyman comes out as the crowd chants for more time. Heyman gives him more time in sudden death, which is unlimited time, and next pinfall submission wins. So Emily does a running bicycle knee, and Maverick's head hits the turnbuckle as well. She smiles to the crowd booing. She pins 1, 2, and then Maverick kicks out. Emily is sitting in the corner. Maverick grabs her by the ankles and lifts her in the air and hits a pile driver in the air. As the crowd goes nuts, she falls over. Maverick does a double German suplex, then turns her inside out, and then does a lariat. I don't know why I typed in him right there. And then Maverick signals for a chokeslam. She lifts her up, but Emily flicks her eye and does a running DDT. And the match ends with a superplex from Maverick, then rolls with the body for a fisherman brainbuster. She pins 1, 2, 3, and the crowd is loud with cheers as she gets her arm raised by the ref. So Abilene Maverick ends up finally getting finally finishing it all. Excuse me. Then.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I got a 3.75 on it. I like the signing on the cheek with the blood. I thought that was pretty cool.
You like the nasty shit.
Yeah, I like that nasty shit. But yeah, it was pretty good. I liked all the spots. The only thing I wish,
Unless it's a butthole spot, he doesn't like that kind of.
the buttholes aren't great.
We're not doing any buttholes.
The only thing is I was trying to visualize it in my head that was kind of fucking with me is I kind of wish how much I wish I knew how much time was left at each pin, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I should have did that.
Because it kind of caught me off guard when it was just you did the 1, then you did the 2, and then all of a sudden the time was up. But
yeah,
I thought it was good overall though.
Thank you.
Well,
I feel pretty similar. I think Joe bringing up the time thing made me notice it. But overall, you had a great selection of spots between the two. I think that's the highlight here. There wasn't a bad spot in this match or a wasted one. So I'm gonna give you a 4 for that. I enjoyed myself, mostly off the spots, but I watch AEW, so that's enough for me.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a workhorse feud. This is just them. They're workers here.
What was Joe's score?
He gave it a 3.75.
Okay, I'd like to hear other ratings first because I think I might be the hater on this one.
Okay.
I might be towards the hater. I'm gonna give it a 3 because the story was kind of just there. The match was really good, but the story was kind of meh, and I had no reason to be really invested in either character, or either person really. So I'm gonna give it a solid 3. So pretty much mid.
Yeah, I kind of Same thing. Like the story just wasn't there for me. Nothing really made me care about it that much. Match was good. Wrote a good match. I'm gonna go with a 3 as well.
Okay. Yeah, story like this is supposed to be just they're just workers. Like this is about them just trying to best each other. That's all it is with these two. So like I get it if you guys don't mess with it. But yeah.
But we can write whatever we want.
Can I ask a question?
What's up?
This isn't going to affect my score at all. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. Because part of the promo, you said that it was like the best of 7. So is this something, because this obviously wasn't 7.
No, it was
the 7th match.
Yeah, this is their 7th match because
this was the 7th match.
Yeah, they've been wrestling for 6 pay-per-views straight. They've been working, so it's like every time one beats the other.
I thought I misunderstood. I thought this was the beginning of it.
No. It was just them going back and forth. The one would win, and the other one would win, and they were just like, "Bro, we tired of this. We got to end this." So this was their way of ending it, and it was like I said, they just
1.75 then. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not changing my score.
Yeah. I guess
they were wrestling for 6 straight pay-per-views.
They've been working, man. They've been working.
That would piss me off IRL, right?
You would have been the
tiebreaker. Wait. They've been doing this for 6 months.
They've been doing it for 6 months. I mean,
and that's all the story you were able to give us.
Because I wasn't gonna go.
That brings my score down.
Yeah, by a lot. You were gonna be like mid, but like that is a lot. You can't be 6 months of just wrestling. Like that's not.
Yeah, 2 points. I'm changing my name.
Yeah, I can and I will.
I can't get down with that.
Yeah, 2.75.
Wow, that's nicer. I'm gonna give you.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
225.
I'm gonna go with a 2.
Okay.
It was a 2 the whole time. I just wanted to see if Mike.
Well, shit. If we're having a reverse auction, I'm going down to 1.
I almost just blurted out like $1.50 for no reason. It was just the first number that came to my head.
I was about to count myself. I was about to be like, who's next? What is me?
Yeah, because 6 months of feuding, and that's the only story we wrestle each other.
I mean, that's Andre Hogan though. Like, I mean, that's like 6 years of pay-per-views.
Kenny, I'm going to keep it at a 4 because I'm judging this in a vacuum. Because any of the same match being run for 6 months would have pissed me off. But I'm judging this just based off the build and this particular match. I feel like you were better off not telling us or not reminding us that it was match 7.
That was my fault for asking.
I mean that's what happened.
Question.
Yeah, I like this in a vacuum though. Like, I didn't watch the other EWO pay-per-views. And then I tuned in for DEF CON 1, and this is the first time I ever seen it. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, if it was like condensed, kind of like when they did like Cena and Booker T, where they had 7 matches, but it was like over the course of like a month or 2.
Right.
That wouldn't have been so bad.
I'm doing a best of
cool
7.
3.
I'm doing a best of 7 in a 10-week build.
Yeah, that makes sense. Not 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I'm finishing a best of 7 at my first show.
If it's the thing is, it could be 6 months, but there needs to be more to it than just they're getting after it when the bell rings. You know what I mean? Like there needs to be more to it.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, because
But yeah,
month 4,
damn, everybody doing best of 7s this month.
I'm not doing best of 7.
Not me.
Just me.
That's
we're everybody.
Well, no, I just
anybody anybody's doing a best of 7.
I'm gonna do.
I just said, motherfucker, that I'm doing 1 too.
I'm gonna do.
Okay, PTG's doing best of 7s.
Best of 17.
I'm gonna do best of 11s.
Damn, we both had
$5.
All right, so my next one, another female match. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I'm skipping one. I'm sorry, my fault.
Can you say another femoid match?
I'm sorry, that's not what's next. It's there we go. So week 1 we see Ethan Page sleeping, and his manager / chauffeur Miro wakes him up and tells him, "We got to go, sir." And we see Page get up from his bed with Egyptian cotton and 100% cashmere blanket, and we see a huge picture above his bed. There's a painting of him pointing to his own smile, like doing that little like thing he does. And when he gets to the arena, and we see Hendry mid-match with Adam Rose. He hits a fall-away slam. He gets the crowd on his side as he gets up slow and brings his arms up slow and then does that little signature turn towards the camera. Does the little cheesing face. And Rose is slow to get up. Hendry charges up for the standing ovation, which is just a sit-out choke slam. He hits it as the crowd cheers. He covers him. 1, 2, 3. He favors his shoulder as he gets up, his arms raised. He goes through the curtains and walks backstage as All Ego Ethan Page is standing there in his way with his right-hand man Miro, holding up a mirror as Ethan Page is combing through his hair. Ethan says, "Don't go anywhere. Watch. Take notes, because you might learn something." And Ethan Page comes out, and Hendry rolls his eyes at him. And Page makes quick work of Angelico and does his All Ego taunt before hitting the Ego's edge. And he pins for the 1-2-3. The crowd is hype off the match, but not as loud as they were with Hendry's match. Page says, "Not as loud as it used to be." And Ariana Grace backstage can be seen wowed by the match Page put on as Hendry nods. Miro puts Page's jacket back on for him as he walks off irritated. Week 2, Page has his match with Brian Pillman Jr. He hits him with a stiff right punch that drops him. Miro's ringside clapping. Page has him beat and decides to climb the top rope for a diving double axe handle. He's calling for him to get up. He goes for it, and Pillman takes advantage and does a roll-up pin to him midair. The ref counts 1, 2, 3, and the crowd is loud as Page looks confused and in shock as Pillman quickly slides out the ring and has his back towards to the barricade as the fans are like slapping his back. They're all happy for him, and like he's like cracking up laughing. And Ethan Page is pissed in the ring, slapping the mat and throwing a tantrum. Miro consoles Page as he continues to go off. Immediately after, Joe Hendry has his match with Angelico. He has the crowd going crazy with every move as the crowd's loud with cheers. Hendry's beating him down as the crowd chants, "Say his name! Say his name!" He calls for the standing ovation. Hendry wins as the crowd waves their arms to the side, doing that little dance he does, like when he's waving from side to side. Page backstage is getting pissed off. Ariana Grace is backstage waving her arms as well. Now Paige is even more livid now because now she's no longer a fan of him. She's all about Joe Hendry now. Miro's mouthing the words to the song, and he comes out of the trance and follows Paige. Hendry says he has a special song for the crowd tonight as he sings a song about how the crowd loves him, and the song is a remix to Ludacris's Area Codes as he sings, "They love Joe. They love Joe in different area codes." So Ethan Page is getting pissed off. He's like kicking shit. So he's getting pissed off. Week 3, Ethan Page sees an album out for Hendry as he remixes all our favorite songs with famous hits like Joe Fresh and Joe Clean, Joe Money, Joe Problems, and Joe Lean. And Miro sees Page is pissed off and says, "I'll break every one of these albums in the vicinity for you, boss." And Page says, "We're going out there." I think I read that wrong. So yeah. Miro sees Page pissed off and says, "I'll break every one of these albums in the vicinity for you, boss." Page says, "We're going out there." So Miro prepares his mirror as Ethan moves out the way and says, "Get that shit out of my face." And Page and Miro go to the announcers table as guest announcers as Hendry beats Brian Pillman Jr. He starts doing the wave from side to side with the crowd. And Page says, "That's enough. That's enough. I absolutely hate this. I hate that wave you do. I hate your songs. I hate your bleach blonde hair. I hate that your beard's a different color. I hate your smile. I hate the blue outfit. I hate your in-ring work. I hate your finish. I hate all of this. See, I could have ended you a long time ago, Hendry, but I want the world to watch you fall. Those silly ass songs will mean shit when I end your career. So fight me." Joe Hendry in a good mood says, "Fight you? That's surprising. Last I checked, only one of us has beat Brian Pillman Jr." He smiles in his face as Ethan's smile starts to disappear as the crowd is hyped. "So why would I be worried about you?" The crowd laughing at Page. Page says, "I'm sick of this shit. I'm the best talent here. I don't know why these people like you. You're like a cheese grater toilet seat, just a pain in my ass. I want to cause you so much pain that you are forced to retire. I hate you with every fiber of my being. I hate you." And he says, "I hear you, Ethan, but this is pride versus ego. And since you want to have a fight, let's do it." The crowd cheers loud. "Me and you, DEFCON 1. The crowd's even louder. "I plan to break that fragile little ego of yours when I tap dance all over your silly little track jacket and have the world singing along to my music. We'll have Heyman draw the contracts up. Then it's the time your ego gets humbled." And he says, "And oh yeah, hey Ethan." And Ethan looks visibly irritated. Before he can speak, he says, "Say my name." And the crowd's loud with cheers saying, "Say his name, say his name." And Ethan's getting red in the face and he's pissed off as Miro's trying to silence the crowd. Before he can talk, Hendry yells, "Wave your hands from side to side and say," and the crowd's doing it with him. And Page is just disgusted and filled with hate with how he has the crowd in the palm of his hands. Page goes to swing, but Hendry blocks it and starts swinging on him, then clotheslines him out the ring. Week 4, Ethan is disheveled, not looking clean, hair jacked up as he gets backstage. Miro's in shock at how bad he looks. And he says, "Boss, we got to take care of this." He tells him to get away and to take the night off. looking irritated, we hear Ariana Grande singing. That's Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace singing.
I was like, damn, you drafted her?
Yeah, I'm going to say Ariana Grace. We hear Ariana Grace sing, and I will always love Joe Hendry. And Ethan Page is just pissed. He's getting sick of it. As he goes out there, not really talking, Ethan Page comes into the contract signing. Ethan Page grabs the contract and actually reads it over. Joe Hendry laughs at him and says, "All ego, let's do the crowd a favor. Let's get this over with so I can kick your ass at DEF CON 1. And the crowd gets loud as Ethan is visibly annoyed. He signs it, and as he's about to walk away, Paul Heyman says, "Fellas, let's shake hands." And they shake hands, and Hendry says, "I'm surprised you're able to sign that paper all by yourself without Miro there." Then when Hendry is about to let go, Page pulls him in and clotheslines him. The crowd boos as Ethan Page smiles. "You won't even make it to DEF CON 1. He slides out the ring and grabs a chair. As Hendry is on his side, he drives the chair into his shoulder, then keeps hitting his shoulder with the chair. He continues to stomp on that same shoulder over and over again. He drags him out of the ring, pulling him by the arm with the hurt shoulder. He Irish whips his shoulder first into the steel post. He does an ego's edge onto the ringside floor. He rolls him back into the ring. He flips the table over and drives his shoulder into the table leg as security and EMTs come out. Ethan Page laughs after rolling out of the ring. He pulls out another chair and another chair and another chair until we have 6 chairs lying ringside. Heyman tells him to leave. Ethan Page has his hands up and smiles. He pretends to walk off and slides back in the ring, beating up security one by one. He lifts him up for another ego's edge. The crowd all stand up on their feet. Excuse me. As he flings Hendry over the ropes and onto the sea of chairs. So pretty much as the ego's edge, he throws him over the ropes onto the chairs outside. More security comes out and have Ethan Page leave. Paul Heyman yells to get Page off the premises. Page continues to laugh as he gets escorted out. Night of the pay-per-view, Ethan Page comes out with the belt. He waits for Joe Hendry to come out, and the crowd is waiting, and we get nothing. Paul Heyman, waiting backstage, tells the ref to call it. The announcer says, "And you're a winner." And Ethan yells, Ethan and the refs yelling, "By execution! Say it! Say it!" By execution, all ego, Ethan Page. He does the ego taunt to loud boos from the crowd as he laughs at him. He walks up to the crowd, booing even louder as the announcers say, "All ego got the last laugh." It's the last laugh. He's an egomaniac. He robbed us of a match. He's despicable. And coming out here knowing he put him on the shelf is the most heartless thing he can do. He does the little smile taunt. He does it once more and holds his stomach, laughing obnoxiously. "I told you Joe Hendry isn't coming." He laughs more than we hear "say his name," and he appears. And Page is disgusted as Hendry favors his shoulder. And it's like you can see he has a sling. And walks out there to a loud crowd. And Page grabs the mic and says, "Nope, that's not how this works, loser. He said the match is already over with. I win, you lose. Besides, you can barely walk." And Heyman comes out and says, "This match is back on. We're reversing the decision. I will not screw them over on this. Timekeeper, ring that bell." He walks back out as Hendry gets in the ring, and they immediately start swinging on as the crowd is into it and the bell rings. So Hendry catches Page's foot at one point when he goes for a gut kick, and Page quickly flicks his eye. Page and Hendry both do clotheslines and drop each other. They both kip up at the same time to a loud crowd. Hendry does a tornado DDT, but Page lifts him up and tosses him. Page flicks off Hendry to his face, then he copies his move, the standing ovation. And he pins, but Hendry kicks out at 2. Page goes for a diving moonsault, but Hendry catches him in midair and does the Oklahoma slam. Page puts Hendry's on the turnbuckle and does a neck breaker to the back of his head. Hendry does a running, rolling senton off the apron onto Hendry ringside. At one point, Page does an avalanche lung blower. Page rolls him up for a pin and has a handful of tights. The ref counts 1, 2, but Hendry kicks out. Hendry flapjacks Page, but Page hits a drop kick in midair. Page hits a sidewalk slam onto the apron. At one point, Hendry is ringside, and Page does a suicide dive sunset flip and throws him into the announce table. Like, he doesn't break it, he just throws him into it. Page jumps off for a Luthez press, but Hendry quickly turns and does a backpack stunner in midair. Hendry hits a superplex to a loud crowd. They're both slow to get up. Miro on the side grabs brass knucks and slides them in. Can't say that. Page, with a huge smile on his face, grabs them, and he goes to use them and knocks out the ref. So a lot of shenanigans going on. Like I said, they're using weapons at this point, each other with chairs, slamming each other into the barricade, they're fighting into the crowd and everything at this point. And later on, Hendry gets charged up. Miro trips him from behind. Hendry turns and goes off on him. But Hendry gets charged up. Miro trips him from behind. Hendry turns and goes off on him, but turns right back into a big boot from Page. Page smiles and calls for the Eagle's edge. He lifts him up, and Hendry quickly maneuvers out and DDTs him midair. He picks him up and hits a standing ovation, and he pins 1, 2, 3. And the crowd cheers, "We believe" chants fill the crowd. And
Question.
yeah.
You said that Hendry comes out, he's wearing a cast. Is he
Yeah.
wearing the cast the whole match, or does he take it off? Right.
He does, and he ends up taking it off. I didn't put that in there. He takes it off.
Like at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, he doesn't begin the match. Like I said, it's still like his shoulder still hurts, so it's not like I'm medically cleared kind of thing. It's just like my shoulder hurts. I'm working through this injury.
Okay. I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
So overall, I like the story. I do think the wrong person won. I think Ethan Page should have won, even if it was with cheap heel shit, especially since Joe Hendry was injured. I really didn't care for Miro as Ethan Page's butler, chauffeur, whatever he was. It didn't feel like it was Miro. It felt like it was a different. I don't know.
He's not playing the same character. He's not playing the same character here.
It was when he was Kip Sabian.
Yeah. It feels like more like a Vincent than a Miro or Rusev or.
I mean, that's not him here.
This booking did remind me of Vincent.
Yeah.
2019 Vincent.
Yeah, I didn't love it. I
think 2019.
Overall, though, I did like the match, even though I did say the wrong person won. I'm gonna give this a 3.75.
Okay.
There's parts I liked. There's parts I didn't like. So, but overall, it was upper. It's not perfect or great, but it's good.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those stories. It's a silly storyline. It's just the fact that he just can't stand this man. Everything he does, the crowd loves it. He just can't. He just doesn't understand why they like him. Like he's just so pissed every week.
At what part of what part of the feud is this? Is this
the end? I don't. I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean? What part of the feud is this?
It's the beginning and the end.
After this, is there?
I mean.
Also, you said something about it.
We don't know. You can't.
Was it for the belt or a belt?
This was for a belt. Yeah, this was for a belt. Yeah.
What belt?
He has the. I think it's the U.S. Championship. One second.
Think?
Well, I can't remember. We got a lot of titles here. I'm sorry.
Y'all know 4 belts?
They're from Walmart. They're just
WWE belts with stickers on them.
With tape over it.
No, I apologize. This was not for a belt. He is a champion, but it was not for the belt. It was not for the belt.
Okay. You said earlier that he came out
with
he
does. So. Yeah, he does have a belt, but it wasn't for the belt.
Why?
I'm gonna leave it, but
no, because I have it here. It's not for a championship.
Why was it not for a championship though? What was the storyline reason for him to be in this match on a pay-per-view with no championship on the line?
It just be like that sometimes. Sometimes you don't have it. You got to protect your champion. He lost.
I don't like that. I'm going 275.
I'm gonna be nice and I'm not gonna deduct you for it because I did this on the last match. So
I was gonna say Roman's done that a few times.
Yeah, we didn't like him not defending his damn belt.
He's had singles matches on pay-per-views where he didn't defend his belt.
Whenever he was on,
this is a pay-per-view for an indie fed.
Specifically, he's had singles matches on pay-per-views that he did not defend the belt.
I remember he's had matches where he hasn't defended the belt. I could have sworn he had one.
Usually, they were always tag matches. Like whenever he had a one-on-one match, it was always for the belt.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not gonna I'm not that pressed about the belt thing. I mean, I don't like it.
I could have swore. I thought the thing with Jay and Roman when Jay pinned Roman finally. I thought that was.
When was that? When did Jay pin Roman?
That was in a tag match.
That was a tag match.
Roman and Solo versus
ago.
yeah. Roman and Solo versus the Usos. I remember that now. I like this overall. Like I don't have many issues with it. I didn't. We've talked for so long now. I don't even remember what my criticisms were, but I didn't like that the title wasn't on the line. I understand having him win. It's like the Super Cena, Super Joe. He's got to beat all odds. I mean, sometimes the babyface just has to overcome everything. It just is what it is. I like the story. I thought it was a good story.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna give you. I don't remember what it was, but there was something else I didn't like about this. But y'all talk too much, so I'm taking that into account.
It was Miro.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. All right, so I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I think I'm the hater here. I didn't like the Miro thing, and yeah, George,
George didn't either.
I also
that scared me for a second.
I also think some of like the comedy bits didn't land for me. Like particularly like the Ariana singing to Joe Hendry. I thought that bit was kind of
It
weird.
was the overall thing.
Ariana was like she was she was showing us how the shift has changed from people liking Ethan Page to him, because you saw she was scared for him, and then it was like she was more and more of a fan of him. That's all that was. So that's why it was more ridiculous with him.
But the in-ring work compared to your last match was very uneventful. But I mean, it's Ethan Page and Joe Hendry, so what's to be expected?
Hey,
I thought they were cooking. I thought they were cooking, but all right.
We will not slander Ethan Page.
I had him doing
driving moves. I had him working.
But continuing, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't my favorite. So I'm gonna give this a 275.
Okay.
And also, I'm goofy, and I'm gonna need a score recap because I was not on the ball in terms of scorekeeping. D Money, what were you?
I've been keeping it too. So
D Money, what were you again?
I think it was a 3.75.
He's a 3.75. Mike was 2.75. Travis was a 4. So now we just need Joe.
Okay.
All right. I'm taking a quarter off for the belt thing that kind of fucked with it, but I'm gonna give 4.75. that shit was incredible. I was fully committed to give it a 5 until the belt thing was brought up, because I didn't even catch that he came out with a belt.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
he has a belt. Yeah,
we just gotta stop asking questions after he presents, because
No,
then it just
we gotta ask
that's
more
the
questions.
point. I mean, that's the point. But like,
that's
like I
the
said, I'm not
competition,
gonna.
Joe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie on that. But yeah, it was not for the belt though.
I don't want to hear shit about no one asking no questions, because I got a whole segment tanked for questions being asked. And
I will lie, and fuck y'all. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Gunther. I will never forget from BookIt Verse 1. I answered the question and it got fucking tanked. So fuck y'all.
Yeah, because I'm not about to retcon the future stuff I got. Like, because I already made this majority of it. I just need to.
Lying on the spot is a key component of BookIt Verse.
Yeah, because if you lie on the spot, then I gotta commit to the lie. I gotta commit to the lie and change that for future booking, and I'm not changing that.
No, man,
it's not for a belt.
Here is gonna, for the most part, forget what happens. You'll be fine.
Nah, but I don't know.
I felt that, Kenny. It's integrity for the love of the game.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got 2 matches left. So this one we hear chainsaws revving. So I'm gonna let you know this now. I'll let you know this now. I was
hoping Chainsaw Charlie.
I was trying to get Black Dahlia to be on the show for this. She was supposed to come on and be like,
God.
it was it didn't fall through, but we was talking back and forth. She wasn't able to be on there. But yeah, I was trying to get her on the show. But yeah. So she was supposed to come on there and just say EWO and then leave. Like, that was literally gonna be it. She was supposed to just jump in EWO and then bounce. And that was supposed to be.
I would have been like this while she was here.
Yeah, Joe's screen would have turned off. His mic would have gone off. We would have known what was going on.
But yeah, so that was the plan. She's supposed to come in, chant EWO, and then dip.
What a weird reaction to Kenny talking about someone else.
So we start off, we hear chainsaws revving and Black Dahlia's music hits. And she comes out to cheers and she calls for a mic. EWO! Sorry, she goes, EWO! And the crowd gets loud. EWO! And the crowd gets even louder. It's good to hear that again. I missed you guys. 4 long years. I have done a lot for this company in the past. Blood, sweat, and tears. Death match after death match after death match. But what was it all for? The Chainsaw Queen has been sidelined for years with this sickness. 4 years on the outside looking in. Couldn't walk, could barely move, fighting. If you don't know what CRPS is, it's a pain considered worse than childbirth, a pain worse than amputation. There's no medicine for this. Imagine this stabbing electric pain that's constant. Through the pain, I tried to get through. What makes it worse? I was granted a title shot back then and had to miss my chance at becoming champion. So I'm doing it. Through the pain and all, I'm calling my shot. I deserve to be the EWO Women's Champion. So I understand I have to earn my way to a shot, and I'll be glad to do that if I have to. But I want one more shot for the title that I never got the chance to take advantage of. I may not be at 100%, but I'm feeling good enough. I will give it my all every match until I'm in that title picture. And the crowd cheers until they hear Zeta Steele's music play. She comes out smiling with her big designer glasses on, texting on her phone. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something more important. But I'm assuming you said something along the lines of, I'm going to do it all for you. I'm going to fight tooth and nail to bring the championship back to all of you. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for you. Like, can we quit this act? This is the summer of steel. Do you not know what you got yourself into? Real deal versus real dumb. I've beaten everyone there is to beat. I am the future of this business. And the crowd boos. I'm next in line. I will be the EWO Women's Champion. And you aren't too far gone to see that. But see, I have a ton of respect for you. See, some of you call it bravery. Others think it's stupidity. But in all, it'll be an honor to add you to the highlight tape of the real deal Zeta Steele. She walks out as the crowd boos and Black Dahlia nods her head as she leaves. Week 2, Zeta has a match against Calyx Harmony. So Ruka. She beats her quickly and with an I'm prettier. She calls for a mic. Is this really happening? Is this a joke? I'm the best. I debuted a year ago at 18 years old, took out the biggest names. I hear people saying that Black Dahlia can beat me. Is this even Earth? Please tell me this is a joke. Have you not seen how I tore through this division? I have it all, looks, skills, and the mouthpiece. All I need is that gold. She can't represent this company as the face of this women's division. That's for me to do. It gets cut off by Black Dahlia's music as she comes out determined. Listen here, Zeta, I respect you in ring. And this square circle, you can go. I told you I want my shot. I would do everything possible to get back in this ring. This was my dream. So even if I can't beat you, if I don't beat you, I've had my victories along the way. Standing is a victory for me. Breathing is a victory for me. You are a fighter, but I fight every day. My story is just getting started, and I won't stop until not only I go toe-to-toe with you, but make you respect me. Oh, what a great story. See, I got a story of my own. While you were in the hospital barely having use of your legs, I was lifting with my legs and carrying the women's division on my back and taking it to new heights. So do what you do best and watch from the sidelines. Yeah, the title was just like your roster spot, vacant, but I'll make it mean something. I'll take this belt and this company to a level it never reached. So do what you do best, get out of the way, and watch me shine. The crowd boos and she smiles. You really are a piece of work, but I got 2 words for you. Medically cleared. All I needed was the okay, and Heyman was going to book it. So it's already a lot to get in that ring with you, but I want to make it interesting. How about a Devil's Playground match? The crowd cheers as she gets closer. Zeta starts cracking up laughing, and the boos come out again, but louder. Devil's Playground match? You barely even helped me to do a regular match. So you want to fight me in a Devil's Playground match? Do you not know what I would do to you? I'm going to do what your disease couldn't do and finish the job. She starts laughing as security snatches Black Dahlia up as she charges at her and starts swinging. The crowd chants, "Fuck you, Zeta." And Black Dahlia is so angry that her eyes are filling up with tears while she's being held back as Zeta's walking out, favoring her head, and says, "I'll make sure you never walk. Because let's be honest, you have no business doing what I excel at. I am the prodigy. I'm the real deal. You're just Rudy with tits." The boos are super loud now. And we can't hear it going off anymore. And security's still holding Dahlia back. She can't do what I do. Week 3 before the show, we see Black Dahlia training with Zoe Stark, and Black Dahlia drops down to a knee, and Zoe asks if she's all right, and Dahlia leans out of the ring and she throws up. Zoe rubs her back and says, "We can stop this too much." Dahlia yells out, "No, I can do it. Just get a second." She finishes, and Zoe tells her, "You have nothing to prove. You're going through these vigorous workouts. It's enough." And Dahlia gets up and says, "We got 20 more minutes. Let's go." And Zoe sighs and says, "Come on." And they get done training, and Zeta Steele's in the ring, and she says, "It's okay. Dreams don't always come true. So resilience means nothing when you leave on a stretcher. I will give you this: heart of a champion, but the brain of a donkey. If you think you can compete with me, this is the real world. Life isn't a fairy tale. I don't give a damn about your sob story. This isn't redemption. It's realization. Realization that you will have to go through a phase that I hold near and dear to my heart. Fuck around and find out. If that phrase doesn't hold more true. So Paige Collette, this is past wrestling. If you step in this ring with me, They will change the story from heartwarming to tragic. Paige, I don't do sympathy. I do torment. And I'll have a ball ending your Cinderella story. The contract signing is next week. Do the smart thing. Don't show up. Because if you do and you sign those papers, that means I can do whatever I want to you at DEF CON 1. These fans will look at me differently. The rest of the roster will have me checked out to see if I have it all there. And then she walks off. Week 4, there's a contract signing. Zeta comes out first, and we see the EWO Women's Championship sitting on the table with Paul Heyman sitting in his own chair. Black Dahlia comes out with help as she sits in the chair. Zeta chuckles to herself. Are they going to help you with your moves too? You still have time. You don't have to sign this. Do the smart thing and walk away. I mean, while you still can. She smiles. The disease you have forgives. I don't. And Dahlia gives her a look and signs it and doesn't break eye contact with her. The crowd cheers. She gets up afterwards. Paul Heyman gets up, smiles as the two stare each other down as he holds the title between them. They both look up at the title at the same time as it cuts. Excuse me. Night of the pay-per-view, Zeta comes out real cocky, and the announcer says, weighing in at the perfect weight, she is from the place you can't afford, the prodigy, the real deal, Zeta Steel. And Zeta comes out in pink trunks with white designs and her designer glasses. We hear chainsaws revving as Black Dahlia's music hits as the crowd cheers. She comes out in a black bodysuit with black lace underneath covering arms and legs. The match starts, and Black Dahlia immediately charges at her, and Zeta tucks her head under the rope, forcing the ref to intervene. Zeta tells her to scoot back as Dahlia's pissed. She charges at her again, and then this repeats. She does it one more time, and Black Dahlia leans in. She hits her with a cheap shot, playing on her ring rust and her lack of awareness. And she was like, "This is a no DQ match, dummy," and kicks her in the stomach. When she gets a little too cocky, showing off her body to the crowd, Dahlia finally is able to grab her, and she gives her a stiff punch to the gut to cheers from the crowd. Zeta tries to crawl away, but Dahlia tosses her out of the ring. Dahlia gets hype and suicide dives and connects, then continues to punch her as the crowd cheers. She gets up screaming hype as the crowd is hype with her. Zeta hits a rolling snapmare, then yells good night and hits a super kick to Dahlia while she's on her knees. She covers her for the 1-2, Dahlia kicks out. Zeta does a tilt-a-whirl head scissors while flexing. When she flips Black Dahlia, she looks at the camera and winks. Table is leaned against the apron. Dahlia powerbombs Zeta over the ropes and through the table as ref checks to see if she's okay as she favors her neck. Fatigued, Dahlia drops down and tries to catch her breath. Dahlia hits a jumping pile driver. She pins. 1-2, Zeta kicks out. Dahlia hits a rushing leg sweep off the apron onto several chairs laid out ringside. Dahlia grabs a chain and chokes Zeta on the apron and lifts Zeta. Zeta goes for her finisher, the DDG, which is called Drop Dead Gorgeous, which is unprettier into like a Dudley dog. But she gets tossed in the air, and Zeta lands on her feet and gets hit with a super kick. Dahlia ends up spearing her through the ropes onto a flaming table outside the ring. At one point, Black Dahlia gets up smiling as we see her blood-soaked teeth. She gets up punching the side of her face and yells, "Come on." And Zeta hits a spinning back fist that drops her, and she gets weak, still motioning for her to come on. Zeta sprints and does a bicycle kick. Dahlia gets up even slower but can barely move and uses the last of her energy and says, "Come on." Zeta hits her with a stiff roundhouse kick that drops her. She goes for the pin. 1-2, and Dahlia kicks out as Zeta's in shock, doubting herself, and we feel the confidence in her leave and turn into aggression. Zeta pulls down one of Dahlia's knee pads and kicks her knee so it hyperextends. Dahlia screams out in pain as Zeta drops down the corner smiling. Dahlia is crawling as Zeta claws her back as we see the blood. Zeta cracks a light tube across her back. Then Zeta throws Dahlia head first into the chair, wedged into the corner. Dahlia crucifix bombs Zeta to the corner. Dahlia starts to like kind of power up, and she runs, but is met with a step up enziguri from Zeta. The hit makes Dahlia try to recover, and she falls through the middle of the ropes to the ringside. Zeta calls for her glasses. They're tossed up to her, and she puts them on and smiles and does a suicide dive that has her flying back to the timekeeper. Dahlia rips the mat away from ringside, revealing the cold, hard grass. Because remember, they are outside. She takes Zeta and does a half Nelson suplex onto the ground as the crowd is wincing. Zeta is barely getting up, favoring her neck after being in pain. Dahlia slides in the ring and slowly climbs the turnbuckle and does a diving crossbody to her on the outside. We see several replays of this picture-perfect crossbody. Zeta cracks a cookie sheet across her back. At one point, Zeta hits Dahlia's back with a barbed wire bat several times, and Zeta grabs a barbed wire wrapped chair and cracks Dahlia's back with it as well. Zeta grabs thumbtacks and raises it up. She grabs Dahlia by the chin and pours the thumbtacks in her mouth, and she lifts her up and kicks her in the gut and then knees her in the face 4 times and hits a DDT. Zeta is sitting laughing as Dahlia lays there breathing heavy, spitting out blood-soaked thumbtacks. With all the repeated hits to their back, Dahlia crawls. Zeta grabs a box of salt and raises it up. The crowd is wincing as she pours it on her back and she screams in pain. Dahlia gets up, but still showing heart. Zeta smiles like she admires her, then flicks her off and kicks her in the gut and hits a pile driver. She drags her unconscious body, then picks her up, and Zeta hits the drop dead gorgeous and quickly crawls over for the cover. 1, 2, 3. The crowd boos as we hear the youngest EWO Women's Champion at 19 years old, the real deal, Zeta Steele. She points at her shoulder as the ref puts it over her shoulder. She puts on her glasses and tells the cameraman to come closer, then points at the belt to have her zoom in on it. She gets out of the ring as the crowd claps for Black Dahlia, as Dahlia wipes the tears away from her eyes as she sits in the corner hurt that she lost, but taking in the respect she's getting from the crowd.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Hashtag Summer of Steel. Give that man a 5.
Yeah, I'm in on the Steel Summer. Give that man another 5.
I love Zeta Steele's character.
I do.
He's my favorite part of your show right now.
Yeah, easily your best character work.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not going 5, but I'm going 4.5, and the only reason is because that fucking one spot like had me cringe where she kicked her knee and it hyperextended. That
I
shit,
love that. That's such good.
That made me hurt.
Yeah,
Also,
it was like it was that, and then the thumbtack spot. She put the thumbtacks in her mouth, and then kneed her in the face and DDT'd her. Yeah, it was just that match was disgusting.
Not Black Dahlia joining a rare air of baby faces in BookIt verse. That promo was some Ricky Steamboat, Dusty Rhodes shit. I
was
did
it
this for you?
Yeah,
oh,
I love you. I'm gonna overcome the
but
odds.
remember when she did it?
I have to live with.
Zeta Steele was making fun of her for it though. She was like, "Look,
No, right.
we don't
I
like
know.
this."
Yeah. Don't nobody give a damn about your disease.
My Lord.
That right there's the deal. Like at that point, I said if he has Zeta Steele wins, he gets a 5.
Right.
Down for a 5.
But then you just kept earning more. Like I considered my 550. But I
I
said it's
did
too
too.
early. It's too early.
It's too early. I considered it too.
You were about
What
to
did she
real
say?
quick.
I forgot what the first thing she said that was like, oh my God.
Talking about the disease forgives, I don't.
No, it wasn't that. It was something way harsher.
Oh, I'm gonna do the disease.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the disease. I'm gonna do what the disease couldn't do and finish you off. Bars.
Yeah, Zeta Steele's a dick in here. Like she's ridiculous.
$5.
Mike, what are you going?
5.
Hey, I'm glad. Shout out to the women.
Goes the hater.
Hey, if hate's a 4.5, I'll take it.
You say that till Sean get in here and give you a 0.75.
He's gonna love that nasty shit. He likes the disgusting shit, so he probably likes
Sean better be giving stipends for his attendance.
it. So
Giving your teacher some McDonald's for being late to class type shit.
we're on to the main event. So at the pay-per-view Ruthless, Eli Drake is crawling as we hear the ref is down. Drake crawls out of the ring, face covered in blood. Claudio Castagnoli is crawling after him as he falls out of the ring. They're both slow to get up. The ref gets up as well and tries to put the turnbuckle pad back on where the ring on the turnbuckle is covered in blood. Claudio grabs one of the mini monitors off the announce table and clocks Drake from behind, then drops the mini monitor, and the ref finally turns and counts. The crowd is booing as Claudio slowly gets back in the ring and is slow to stand up as Drake is still out there as a pool of blood forms from the back of his head. The announcers yell, "Not like this, not like this." We get to 9 and Drake gets back up and slides in the ring, barely beating the 10 count. The crowd is loud as Claudio is shaking his head in disbelief. He runs at him for a Swiss uppercut, but gets kicked in the midsection, and Eli Drake goes for a BFT. And we hear he hits it. This is it. He'll finally become #1 contender and get his shot at the world title. 1, 2, 3. He's done it. He's beaten the 2-time world champion, Matt Cross. He's done it. He will get a shot at our world champion, Jerry Lynn. Bask in this moment, kid. You deserve it. Oh, my God. Jerry Lynn just snuck Eli from behind. The crowd boos. He continues to stomp on Eli. The crowd is louder boos. Jerry does an X taunt, then hits his infamous cradle pile driver. And Jerry slides out the ring and walks away as the crowd is booing louder as Drake is favoring his back in the ring while on the ground. Jerry turns and gives him a look. He walks back and grabs a chair and continues to hit him with the chair in the back several times. Eli lays there as he stomps his back out more and more. He does an X taunt again and hits another cradle pile driver as Eli's body is now limp. He's about to leave again, then stomps and looks back. He comes back and hits him with more stomps. He slides out of the ring and grabs the steel steps and rips it off the post. He drags Eli out of the ring as the crowd is all worried for Eli. He does another X taunt and does another cradle pile driver onto the steel steps. This time we have multiple EWO superstars and security holding him back. The next week we hear Lynn say, "He learned firsthand there's no easy way to the world championship." The crowd boos as the announcers are saying how it wasn't easy and Eli won a tournament to get there. "But just know his career won't end in vain. So before I announce the new competitor, let's have a moment of silence for Eli Drake." And the crowd chant, "Fuck you, Lynn." He announces Claudio being second up, making him worthy of being the challenger. He beats him in the main event that night. 3 months go by, and Lynn is still champion as the crowd boo him. He has already beaten Claudio several times, and the crowd knows Lynn has his number as he announced once again that he is the number one contender. Mid-match, we see Lynn do the X taunt, signaling for the cradle pile driver. We see the lights cut out. As the lights come back on, a masked man is behind Lynn. Lynn is confused by all the cheers and turns around and gets hit with a BFT. The masked man takes off his mask and reveals it's Eli Drake. The crowd chants "Welcome back" as he talks mess, and then he continues to beat him up and down the arena as Lynn can barely stay on his feet. He stands over there with his arms up as the crowd is loud with cheers. The next week, Eli Drake has a match against Adam Rose and seems to not be as good as he once was due to the ring rust and nursing his injury. Jerry Lynn tries to jump him from behind, but due to Drake's awareness, he's ready for him, and Jerry Lynn smiles with his hands up. And he walks backwards up the ramp as Drake stares him down from in the ring. The next week, Lynn calls for a mic and says, "Eli Drake, come on down." And Lynn smiles and says, "Look at you, getting bigger. I guess that's what happens when you spend months sideline rehabbing injuries while the real superstar gets their shine putting the company on their back. Imagine that. What, did I strike a nerve? Seeing your last match, you aren't what you once were. I beat you. And the bell didn't even have to ring. And to think about it, you never got it and never will. Always a half step too short. You know it. I know it. That fat guy in the front row knows it. I am your champion." Eli Drake gets in his face and says, "I started off as that mid-carder. No purpose, no direction, no place in this business. When I thought about giving up, you came along and told me to keep on going. You told me, 'Hey kid, no matter what life throws at you, knock that bitch on the knock that son bitch out the park.' But Jerry, you have turned into a snake." You said what?
Easy for you to say.
But Jerry, you turned into a snake ever since you got that gold. Jerry, since you've been champ, have you truly earned each win, or did you just simply survive? You've never been truly tested. The day I stopped being scared is the day I realized I had one thing: hope. So I bet on myself, made the tough decisions that got me here. In front of you at Glory Road, you took me out. Why? Because you saw a real competitor. You saw a threat. So you weren't trying to end my chances at the title. You tried to end my career. But guess what? I'm here and I'm still standing. And guess what? I'm cleared. You took my title shot. You took an opportunity for me. Because why? You were scared. You put me on the shelf. Then you booked. See, I respected you as an in-ring competitor. Keyword respected. ED, past tense. I mean, if you had no fans, then that means I was dead. My father told me to never meet your heroes. I was never one to listen to a mean old drunk, but I guess he was right. I plan on kicking your ass. And the crowd cheers. But soon, it's on site, and the crowd cheers as he gets in his face. This is the final stand. So lock in, because I already am. I've been counting down the months. Hell, I've been counting down the days. As a matter of fact, because of you sidelining me, I had nothing but time. I was counting down the hours. I was counting down the minutes until I got the chance to say this to your face. Take in everything. Savor that glass of water. Savor that moment with your wife and children. You will not be the same. Blow by blow, inch by inch, move by move until the BFT heard round and I become champ. As I will hear, as I will announce her in the locker room. Hell, with everybody saying, "Eli Drake, yeah, is your new world champion." And that's not an insult. It's a fact of life. So then Eli Drake comes out in black trunks with the word "yeah" on the back in white, and Jerry Lynn comes out in blue tights with white across the sides as he walks out with the title around his waist as he slaps the belt and talking mess to the crowd and getting in people's faces as the crowd boos. Now the rain's starting to pick up a little bit, and the crowd's going nuts as the rain is really getting bad. The match starts, and they start elbowing each other, and they're slipping a little bit because of how wet the ground. Wet the mat is. Immediately as the crowd is loud with cheers, Drake does his jab combo as the crowd chants, "Yeah, yeah," with every hit. He goes for the final right hand. Lynn ducks it and does a snap mare that runs full speed and knees him in the chest. Drake goes for a belly-to-belly suplex, but Lynn bites his forehead, then kicks his midsection and drops him safely. Lynn hits a TKO. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, Drake kicks out. Drake is on the apron, and Lynn does a triangle drop kick. Drake does a back body drop, but Lynn pulls out a neck breaker in midair that out of nowhere that drops him. Lynn does a suplex lift, then lets Drake's feet hit the ground, and then does a neck breaker. I don't know what that move's called, but that's what he did. Drake does a running head scissors. Drake does a running basement drop kick, and then kips up and talks mess to Lynn and hits a shining wizard to him as he's on his knees. Lynn tries to do a running wheelbarrow bulldog, but Drake lifts him up and tosses him into the corner. Ringside, Drake gets tossed over the barricade. Then Lynn walks backwards and does a suicide dive over the barricade. Drake hits a blue thunder bomb off the apron onto the floor. Drake does goes for a chop block, but Lynn jumps up and does a jumping twisting leg drop. Drake goes for a superplex. Lynn wiggles out of it and lands back on the turnbuckle and slides on the turnbuckle in between Drake's legs to get out. He runs and does a springboard sunset flip. Drake on the apron tries to throw his shoulder into the ring. Lynn evades and does a guillotine bicycle leg drop that flips him over. Drake is on the turnbuckle doing the 10 punch count as the crowd chants "yeah" with each one instead of actually counting the numbers. And on the 9th one, the 10th hit gets blocked. Lynn slips out and pulls his leg to drop him on face first onto the turnbuckle. Lynn punches the back of Drake's head while he's on the ground, trying to open up a cut, and he moves him out the way. So now he lets go. Sorry, yeah, he lets go. And he stomps on the back of his head as the referee's in his face. Drake does a springboard drop kick that makes Lynn roll out of the ring. Drake does a suicide dive right after. Drake grabs Lynn and walks him through the crowd as he punches him and lets random fans chest chop him, then tosses him back in the ring. Lynn does a Northern Light suplex into the corner. Lynn is sat on the top rope. Drake runs and does the jump on the top rope and then does the showing off his athleticism, does a superplex as the crowd goes nuts. Drake does the X taunt, imitating him, and he hits a cradle pile driver of his own. He slowly picks him back up and hits a BFT. He crawls over and hooks the leg for the pin and the win. 1, 2, 3. The new EWO World Champion, Eli Drake. Drake rolls over as he finally gets the belt and cheers from the crowd. He cries into the belt as the crowd chants, "You deserve it." Jerry Lynn gets up and gets in his face for a second. He shakes his hand, gives him respect. And the crowd chants Eli Drake as he raises the belt. Paul Heyman comes out as well, congratulates him. The crowd cheers until this gets interrupted. We hear "Money, money, money, money" by the OJ's play. Ted DiBiase Jr. comes out in an all-black suit with a red tie as the crowd boos. TDJ claps and calls for a microphone. What a wonderful show you guys put on. Give it up for everyone in the back. Give it up for a great pay-per-view. The crowd chants "Elite." You guys put on a show like it was your last. And now it is. So say goodbye to EWO because I just bought the company and you're all fired. The crowd boos as he walks out, smiling, showing the paperwork of him buying the company under Heyman's nose, raising it up to the crowd as he gets booed. You became a little too big for your britches and tried to make the company public in hopes of being bigger. He chants, delete, as trash is being thrown at him as DPW has just absorbed a smaller company. One more thing. Everyone in the locker room and people in the crowd, make sure to pick up a chair on your way out. And that's it. That's how the show ends.
Kenny. You can't just let TDJ go.
Because it is now DPW.
So we don't get the whole thing as an indie. We only get one indie show.
You get one indie show. This is the end of EWO. He bought the show.
I like the plot twist. I like it.
I don't hate it, but I kind of wanted something different.
Nah,
I'm disappointed.
TDJ is the devil. I tell you, he's the devil. You just you think he's gone, he's back.
You know what? 5.
Hey, I'll take it.
I like it.
I told you we're taking gambles here. We took a mean gamble.
I'm upset, Kenneth. I'm gonna keep it real. I was enjoying this indie show, and I was looking forward to more of it. You know, it was different. It was refreshing.
As long as Zeta still come back, I don't give a damn.
Zeta still does come back.
Let's go!
He bought the company that fired everybody.
He bought the company, then fired everybody and told them pick a chair up on your way out.
He hit him with the Vince McMahon to Jeff Jarrett.
Nah, that's real dumb.
You're fired.
Yeah.
So, Mike, did you give it a 5?
Because it's not like there's a video library to get from this.
It's all videotapes.
Right.
You
Hilarious.
gotta
I
have
have
a
300
VHS
plus
player
VHS tapes, mostly WWF and WCW.
and a couple EWO.
Imagine a video library because it's not real. It's just me talking about old pay-per-views. But yeah, I told you we took a little gamble with that. That's why that's why I wanted to do free agency, because I wanted to do a whole roster of just this, just to have them all get fired. But some of these people do come back because I love doing some of these characters. So some of these people do come back.
That makes sense. Not everybody's gonna actually get fired. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, Mike, what was your number?
I didn't give one yet.
Oh,
Waiting for
sorry.
other people.
So only Travis
Mike
is
is
rated this
pissed.
far.
Mine was a 5.
So I'm gonna give it a. So I'll start with the match itself, like the build up.
Yeah.
So Jerry Lynn, I didn't really necessarily connect or care that much about his character. I felt more connected to the Eli Drake and like coming back and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I get you were trying to have like Jerry Lynn be like the evil bad guy,
He's a chicken
cheats
shit
to
heel.
win. Yeah, chicken shit heel. But it was like, okay, cool. The right person won this match. Eli Drake should win, especially after being out for a couple months and then coming back. The match itself was really good. But I'm torn about the like.
The
I get what you're going. I get what you're going for and everything, but I don't know. I'm gonna give you some audacity coins for it. So I'm gonna give you a 3.83.
3.83 is what you said?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I heard that correctly. Okay.
3 cents of that is the audacity.
3 cents, not for TCW. All right.
That's all we had in our pocket. We only had 3.
Mike, what did you give it?
I didn't give it.
He never scored it.
Yeah, y'all gonna want me to go last.
No, John, I want you to go next.
I don't know. I thought everybody
He's hurt. He's hurt by that. He don't like the fact I did that to the indie brand.
I'm disappointed. I think
you
your
make John
actions
cry.
are regrettable, and I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter. Yeah, this pissed me the fuck off. And the worst part is I was kind of liking the match before. I think that was like approaching its way to at least a 3.5, maybe a 4. I was enjoying myself. Yeah, but
Yeah.
but now I'm just sad. Because like I didn't hate your DPW work or anything, but I thought this was refreshing.
Yeah, but big bank take a little bank is one of those things where it's just.
And the only reason I'm stalling for time is I'm debating whether to give this my 0 or not. Like,
oh wow, that's great. Especially when you said the match was good.
You know what, John?
Good.
You know what, John? Live a little. Live a little.
Speak your truth, John. Go ahead. Go ahead and drop that 0 right
Stand
now.
on that, sis. Stand
Devon ain't even had his show yet. We gotta save this 0.
John, look. You know all the girlies be doing this.
So you said you liked the. So you said you liked the build. You liked the match.
I like Jerry Lynn and
because I want. Yeah,
but
go ahead.
Selling the company to TDJ is like when Brock came out at SummerSlam. The whole thing got ruined for me. Like,
DPW is supposed to be like WWE. They're supposed to be like that. Like
the bad guys.
Yeah, if I was watching fucking GCW and saw Vince McMahon come out, I'd want to fucking shoot myself too.
That's how it is. You're supposed to be hurt by this. You're supposed to be salty. He's a villain. Like he is the devil. Like,
it is wild that you say your 0 is between the 2 black guys on the show. All I'm saying, kind of crazy.
Devon, have you heard
this show is crazy?
That's crazy.
Crazy.
And also,
it
Joe
like
is
you gotta save it for
See what they do.
See what
they do, man. See what they do to us.
Keeping this down. Said we can't have no vanilla ice cream.
So I was like mid on the build.
Okay.
Match was good. Hated that ending. Not a fan of the twist. That kind of fucked it over in my eyes. We're not doing very well with endings apparently this book and verse.
I told you it's a gamble.
I'm going with a 2.
Kenny's show is all over the place.
It is. I told you.
For all of us.
I told you we're taking gambles this Bookiverse. Like we're going crazy.
All right, Kenny. I'm just gonna give you the 0.5 and move along. I'm pissed.
He's out pissed.
He's hurt.
I'm gonna go to bed upset tonight.
Did Joe
Fuck
grade it?
you.
No,
Nah,
Joe's got to grade it now.
I'm not gonna think about this after this episode.
Me either.
I'm like,
You're still going to get the rest of it. I'll still use the same 100 man roster.
We're gonna come his next round and be like, oh wait, what happened to the indie Fed?
And I'm saying, ain't no indie Fed.
Oh, I'm gonna go into next show fucking mad.
Yeah, Jonathan,
Oh, is it
mad
fucking
for the next 8
DPW?
weeks.
Fuck you.
Hey, DPW's here, man. Then, now, and forever.
You know what? You're getting 1 penny for that. 51 cents.
It's tough because I didn't like what happened up until the ending. Like I'm like the opposite. I didn't really care for the match that much, but the ending, I don't know. I thought that was a crazy twist, and I'm a big Stephen King guy, so I'm gonna give it $3 for that.
He's a big Stephen King guy. I'll take it. I will take it. I like that. But yeah, that's
a regular old M Night Shyamalan.
I was gonna say that's the end of DEFCON 1.
Yeah, my ratings are all over the place. I literally gave Kenny a 4, a 2.75, a 5, and a 51 cents.
Yeah, I told you we taking gambles over here. You gonna like it or you gonna love it, or you gonna hate it.
You definitely got the Damone playbook in hand.
Yeah, it's only gonna be more gambles.
But for all our Bookitverse fans, next week we are having the debut, the first ever Bookitverse of MJOF. So come back in and check out something totally new and different, something you've never heard before.
We only do good wrestling in my company.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
I
about.
want to hear what your company was originally going to be. That's
I meant to
hear.
One more thing. I meant to tell you this earlier, but it's alternate ending. not to this, but that was going to happen no matter what. They were going to buy the company no matter what. Ethan Page and Joe Hendry almost didn't have a match. It was going to be him out there, and it was going to be in the winner by execution, and he was going to have his hand raised. That was going to be it. There was going to be no match after that. He was going to just get his ass whooped before that.
I was hoping you were going to say that. Who is it? TDJ. Who owns your other company?
DPW. That's the GOAT.
Who's the owner?
Ted DiBiase. TDJ.
That's what I thought. All right. It would have been better if you would have had him lock all the doors and then burn down the building.
I agree. I thought Kenny was going to say, yeah, he's got a fucking bomb. Like, he just like.
I mean, this is supposed to be real life. Like, you can just go there and murdering people.
I was also going to say they're outside.
In 2025, anything can happen at this point.
TDJ should have exploded the high school gym.
Imagine having this big, like, climactic ending, and they're fighting in the raid. It's this big deal. And all of a sudden, he's just like, well, you're on fire.
You're on fire. And then burn down the building. All right.
Maybe in TCW.
Yeah,
they murder people there. We don't do that here.
I would have rather Kenny burnt it all down.
Murder is a strong word.
All right, let's hit them plugs so we can go to bed.
Mike, can we find you anywhere?
No, leave me alone.
Fuck you. So D Money, where can we find you?
If you want to know where to find Mike, slide me $10 and I'll give you all of his stuff.
It'd be real weird.
It's real wild that Mike is like a content creator with no social media. I don't know how he thinks that's gonna work.
Yeah, no, I don't post anywhere anyways.
But you can find me on everything that's not owned by Elon Musk, because fuck that guy, at DumbMoneyT13, DAMONEYT13.
Bad Guy, tell them about your 37 shows.
Catch me on social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. Catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube's, and you can also catch Unbiased. You see TK at the little U like this.
That was not the one I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah. Well, he always goes unbiased first.
Know your fucking Kenny lore, bitches.
Yeah, it's the socials, then it's the Bad Guy Spoken podcast, then it's Unbiased. And you can also catch Hood Movie Review all your favorite and not favorite Hood movies. And you can also catch Not a Real Court, where we argue things about like best vegetables and shit like that. And you can also catch Geek in the motherfucking sheets. We talk about things anime, Marvel, DC, all that shit.
Lord of the Rings.
And subscribe to my OnlyFans.
What?
That's it. where I read off my wrestling. My wrestling.
Where he reads off the alternate ending with
without a
the
shirt on.
fucking
Without a
indie
shirt on.
Fed stays. That's where it goes now.
That's where the
It's total
300
alternate ending.
video. That's the 300 videos. That's where they all are. On OnlyFans.
All right. And prime time. Can you tell us about where we can find you?
Yeah, follow me on all social media at I am Travy T. That's at IAMTRAVVYT on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and soon YouTube.
Remember when Travis only had one V? We had to fight to
they
get
were
his
hoeing
V
him.
back.
Yeah, right. Hashtag get Travy the V. But hashtag Travy got the V.
Travis
You
did
got
get the V.
And by getting the V, he lost a V. You know what I'm saying?
And he got the D.
Bars. Bars.
And we're not talking venereal.
Damn it.
And Joe, where can we find you?
You can catch me over Not a Real Court and also talking about Lord of the Rings on Geek in the Sheets and Tech Decks late at night when I'm not doing anything else.
We know you're doing something else, but continuing on. If you want to find me anywhere, you can find me on mainly Blue Sky on @LilXFudge. I go in there when I'm mad at something, so not as often.
That's
as
every
So,
day.
so he's
All
on
the
there
time.
all the fucking time. All the
day.
time. He's
When
been
you
on there
first-
the whole
He
show.
about to talk about me on there now. He mad.
Yeah.
DPW absorbed another fucking show.
And then you can also find both T13 and myself on Dropkicked, which is Dropkick with the D at the end. You can find our wrestling playlist if you want recommendations for great wrestling matches and pay-per-views. And with that being said, it's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.
#SMC.